It's important that we make a point here, a point of emphasis, that we utilize the Olympic movements in order to develop athletic power. We're not here to develop Olympic weightlifters. We are here to develop athletic power, improving our athletes' ability on the field while reducing injuries. Our next movement will be the barbell hang clean. With the width just slightly outside the hips, we'll grab the bar. Our feet are hip width apart, and again we'll execute a power position, flex at the hip, knee, and ankle, and then we end in a front squat support position. So it's a power position, triple extension, followed by a front squat support. We want a violent jump and shrug, keeping the bar close to the body. If the bar gets away from us, we aren't as strong as the bar gets away from our center of gravity. You can rack it. One common problem area that we have with this movement is really the rack position. We do a lot of front squats at the University of Iowa in order to develop our ability to rack that bar in the hang clean position. A couple of the common problems we see are elbows down as well as hips forward. Okay, if your elbows are down and your hips are forward, you're certainly going to put yourself in a poor position and increase the risk of being hurt doing a hang clean. We want to be in a perfect front squat catch. That will be feet just slightly wider than hip width. Toes, we'll allow the toes to be pointed out just slightly. Elbows up and the hips down and back. We emphasize upper arms parallel to the ground, a little more knee bend. Okay, this is a good front squat catch right here. This is what we're looking for. Hips down and back, arms parallel to the ground. It's very important that we master that front squat support position. Thanks. The dumbbell hang clean. This is an alternative movement for your barbell hang clean. It's good in a setting, especially maybe a high school setting, where if you have limited platforms or limited barbells, it's a good way to implement the hang clean into your program using dumbbells. Go from the power position to the triple extended position, landing in that front squat catch. Next, we'll demonstrate a block snatch and a block clean. We utilize these blocks in an effort to develop starting strength, moving from a static position explosively into a triple extended position. For example, a lineman in football gets in a three-point stance and he's in a static position. On the snap of the ball, he has to quickly, explosively move into his opponent. You also see this in baseball, for example. An example may be a shortstop who's in a starting position, a good baseball position, and as the ball is hit, he needs to explosively move from a static position to go and field a ground ball. This is, again, a movement that's seen commonly in athletics. You see, we start in the power position now. We don't have the benefit of pushing the hips back and preloading. We're in a static position where we hold for 2 to 3 seconds, and then we move explosively into the triple extended position, catching in the overhead support position. Excellent, good. Block clean. Good power position. Violent jump and shrug, and then bar close. Good front squat catch. That's it. Now we'll demonstrate a few different variations of jerks. Push jerk and split jerk. This is an excellent movement, okay, combining ground-based power with upper body explosiveness, transferring the power from your lower body right up through your hands in a jerking action. First, we'll do a push jerk, the parallel stance. It's important that we talk about positions here. Just for starters, we want our athlete to carry that bar high on his back. We want the hand placement to be close to his shoulders so he can transfer the power from his lower body through his upper body. So we want those hands close in tight towards his body. As Brian steps forward with the bar on his shoulders in a tight grip, he's going to set his core. Abs tight, back tight. Feet are hip width apart. The coaching points we use are to dip and drive. Okay? Dip and drive. going into a power position, flex at the hip, knee, and ankle, and then violently jumping, extending at the hip, knee, and ankle. Finishing in an overhead support position. We're looking for speed of movement. Abs tight, dip, drive, drop. We also do this exercise with a split. Now, the only difference now is the catch position will be a little bit different. All right, still, it's a good power position, dip, drive, and drop. And we're landing in a split position, one leg out in front of the other. In the split position, we want to make sure our front leg is straight up and down, not knee over toe or knee behind the heel. Okay, stay right there, Brian. Please notice and make note of, once Brian's in that split position, he's taken 2 steps to get back to parallel. Let's do it again. The bar stays stationary. He brings 1 foot forward and the other foot back to get to parallel position. With push jerks and split jerks, it's important that you have good spotters on each side, watching your athlete, staying focused, and keeping it safe. Hang clean, push jerk. This is a 2-part movement. We start with the hang clean, and we combine it with a push jerk from in front. Excellent combination exercise. Make sure as you clear your face, the athlete catches the bar over his center of gravity in a good power position. Okay? A common question that we get from coaches and athletes as well is, why do we do our Olympic movements from the hang position? Remember, we're training for athletic power. We're training athletes, we're not training weightlifters. The benefit of Olympic weightlifting is going from the power position, the triple extended position, and then catching in that support position. That's the benefit of Olympic movements. Pulling from the floor is a more complicated movement that exposes the low back to an extended static contraction. It requires quite a bit more teaching, quite a bit more learning. When we get the real bang for the buck going from that power position, we ask, why would athletes training for improved athletic power invest time going from the floor when they gain the benefit from simply executing and perfecting the hang snatch and the hang clean? 2 additional ground-based power movements that we employ in our program are jump squats with a barbell and with the dumbbells. Here, it's important that an athlete sets his core, abs tight, back tight. We're going to dip and drive, go into a power position, followed through a violent jump off the ground. This is an advanced exercise that we utilize with our athletes that have gone through our basic developmental and transitional phases and are ready for more advanced training. Dumbbells can also be used for this exercise. This is an excellent ground-based power movement. Next, we'll demonstrate a couple of tools that we use for developing explosive speed strength. We'll use chains and bands. Essentially, what we do with chains and bands is we add variable resistance to the exercise. As we squat with a chain, as we go through the full range of motion, get to the bottom position, the chain actually deloads on the ground. The bar may be loaded to 140 pounds with 80 pounds of chain. That's 220 pounds at the top, but it's only 140 pounds at the bottom. As our athlete stands up explosively, the resistance on the bar increases as we stand up through the full range of motion. This develops explosive strength, requiring the athlete to attract as much fast twitch muscle fiber as it can from the beginning of the exercise through the full range of motion, thus developing explosive speed strength through the full range of motion, developing rapid force application.